Hey everyone, so today we're going to take a look at DW's tom mounts. Specifically, we're going to take a look at these two guys. These can be mounted on a cymbal stand or really any vertically running stand. We're going to look at how well they work and discuss any usability issues you might come across with them. Okay, so let's get started. The model numbers on these, by the way, are DW SM991 for the single tom mount and DW SM992 for the double tom mount. The first thing you'll notice when you take them out of the package is that they're really heavy for their size. They feel like that they've got a lot of strength to them. They could be, I consider them to be probably as tough as DW's 9000 series hardware. Now, the back side of the clamp here is adjustable and could fit on different sized pipes or different sized cymbal stands. Now, in my case, I have this mounted onto 7/8 inch pipes, but it could go onto a diameter significantly larger or smaller than that. You should also note that this part of it here swings out and then this whole thing opens up like this. This is actually really convenient to be able to put this on your stand without having to pull the stand out of the base or take whatever unit you have out of your rack. You can just easily slide it on after the fact. On the other side is what DW calls an L-arm. This is a 1/2 inch sized piece of metal here, and it is specifically designed for accepting DW's suspension tom mounted drums. Now, the L-arm is adjustable by what is basically a little ball socket joint. What you do is you just loosen up this guy right up here, and then this can move around on you. You'll find that it moves fairly smoothly up and down. I feel like there's a bit more resistance moving it left to right and on rotating this on its axis. Now, if you're going to be adjusting this with a tom already mounted, what you're going to want to do is first grab the tom and hold it in place securely with one hand, and then loosen up the ball socket joint with the other. Make sure you loosen it up completely. Otherwise, you're going to have a lot of difficulty trying to get the drum to go exactly where you want. Now, when you're done, you're probably going to want to actually raise the tom up a little bit higher than what you'd expect that you want, because after you've tightened it up really good and you let go of the drum, it's actually going to droop down a little bit from its initial position. Now, the tom mount also comes with what DW refers to as a V memory lock. This will fit on the top or the bottom of the unit. You're probably going to put it underneath, but you could put it on either side. Just like the tom mount itself, the memory lock is made so that you can add it on after. So if you already have the tom mount on and now you're like, oh no, I got to get the memory lock underneath it somehow, no problem. You can easily get it on afterwards. It should be noted that the L-arms do not come with a memory lock. You should, if you order your DW drums, this style memory lock should come with the drums itself. So you would just use the lock that you should already have with the drums. Going back to that V memory lock for the clamp side, a couple of notes. It actually comes with 2 sets of screws. A longer one, which I found was already in the unit, and some shorter ones. In my case, I swapped out to the shorter ones because I felt that on my 7/8 inch pipe, it kind of fit just pretty well without all this extra or excess length of the screw sticking out. So if you're going with a 7/8 inch pipe or smaller, switch to the shorter screw. Also, for some reason, the shorter screw has washers on it, but the longer one doesn't. I don't know why. So if you do want to still use the longer screw, you might want to grab the washers from the shorter screws anyhow. Okay, so let's talk about the double tom mount for a second. Now, my initial thought was, oh, I can just buy one of these instead of 2 of these, and I can save a little bit of money, especially considering any additional hardware I might have to buy to mount this onto. But I ended up finding out that the double tom mount actually makes things a bit more difficult to get the drum really where you want it to go. As you're trying to adjust things to get one tom in the right spot, the other one is going to be kind of moving away from its ideal spot. Also, one thing that is not super obvious right away either is that the single tom mount throws the L arm out, right? So if you have this guy mounted towards you, the L arm throws to you, but on the double tom mount, the arms go out to the side. So what does that mean? What's the real difference there? Well, you get more distance. You can get the drum closer to you with the single tom mount instead of the double, which again makes it more easy to mount on the single than trying to use the double. Ultimately, even though I did buy one of these doubles, I found it was too impossible to get the drums exactly where I wanted, and I ended up having to go back and buy another 2 of these. So to summarize a little bit, this thing is super, super heavy duty. If you're looking for a tom mount for your DWs, then why not look at the DW brand one, because like I said, it is pretty robust. I would just recommend staying away from the double and just stick with the singles, and your life will be hopefully a little bit more easy that way. So I hope you guys found that useful. I am putting out drum related content all the time for lessons and recording tips and gear related stuff. So if you don't want to miss out, then don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, peace.